It was just another weekday morning when 10-year-old Lily hurried through the front door. Her mother, Sarah, was cooking breakfast when she heard heavy footsteps in the hallway. Then finally, in a very quiet voice, she told her mom, "The teacher did it again." That one sentence made Sarah's heart stop. She knew that look in her daughter's eyes. Inside was a crumpled piece of paper with a stick figure drawing. It showed a girl standing alone in a room with her back toward the door. And in the corner was a tall man with a red face. During a routine checkup at the hospital, Lily revealed that Mr. Reeves had done more than just inappropriate things. He had taken photos of her without her permission and then threatened her, telling her that if she told anyone, he would lose his job. She knows that she is not alone and that she can face whatever challenges come her way. This story serves as a reminder for all of us to be aware of the warning signs and to always listen to our instincts. No one knows our children better than we do. And if something feels wrong, it probably is. With courage, compassion, and support, we can protect our children and help them heal. The brave actions of a 10-year-old girl saved not just her own life, but those of her friends. How old were you when you realized that you were the protagonist of your life? Share your story in the comments. If you enjoyed this story, please give us a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Mr. Reeves had used his position of power to manipulate and control these young girls. Now, thanks to their bravery, he would finally be held accountable. In the wake of this scandal, Willow Creek Elementary was forced to make changes. The principal resigned, as did the vice principal. Most of the staff was fired and replaced, and new safety protocols were put into place. For the 3 young victims, justice had finally been served. Mr. Reeves was sentenced to 10 years in prison. He was also ordered to pay a fine of $25,000 to each of the girls. A second note, barely legible, had been scribbled underneath. He says it's a secret, but I don't want it anymore. When my daughter came home that day, I knew something was wrong. Her eyes told me everything I needed to know. Every parent has an instinct about their child, and if something doesn't feel right, you need to listen to that feeling. Looking back, Sarah realized there had been warning signs that she had missed. I wish I had done more to protect my daughter, but I think the most important thing is that Lily is okay. We refocusing on her recovery now and making sure she knows that she is loved and supported. Since the incident, Lily and her 2 friends have become inseparable. They attend therapy sessions together, where they talk about their experiences and how to cope with the aftermath. We share our feelings with each other. Sometimes it's hard, but we know we're not alone. We have each other. The once vibrant Willow Creek Elementary School remains a somber place. Many people believe that it will never fully recover from the scandal. However, the students and staff are determined to move forward. Counseling services have been made available to everyone, and despite the tragedy, the sense of community has only grown stronger. The police contacted Child Protective Services, and soon Lily was taken to a nearby hospital for treatment. There, doctors examined her and found no physical injuries, but they did notice signs of emotional trauma. "I've never seen anything like this," said Dr. Elizabeth Brooks, the lead pediatrician. This poor girl was so scared that she had blocked out. Luckily, she told her mother, who acted fast. Meanwhile, detectives began combing through Mr. Reeves' background. They discovered he had no prior record, which was surprising given that he had been teaching for over 30 years. But as they continued digging, they uncovered some disturbing details. Mr. Reeves had a history of inappropriate behavior with children. In fact, there had been rumors circulating around Willow Creek for months. Parents had complained about his close relationship with Lily, claiming that he had offered her extra help far beyond what was necessary. But school officials had done nothing about it. Ever since she was little, Lily had been attending classes at Willow Creek Elementary School. Parts of the footage had been mysteriously deleted. Specifically, all recordings from October and November were gone. This meant that whoever was in charge of the tapes had known that they were being investigated. Could Mr. Reeves have erased the evidence himself? As detectives tried to piece together what had happened, two other girls came forward. They too had stayed silent until now. 10-year-old Chloe Williams had been struggling in math class. Mr. Reeves had offered to tutor her after school, but when she arrived at his home, he did nothing but watch TV while she completed her homework. Then 11-year-old Emma Carter claimed that Mr. Reeves had touched her inappropriately during a field trip to the local museum. When she told the school nurse, Ms. Johnson, about it, the next day, Mr. Reeves was gone. Had he been fired? The school was thrown into total chaos. Parents rushed to pick up their children as rumors spread like wildfire. Students cried, some believing that their classmates were in danger. Amidst the pandemonium, Mr. Reeves' house was searched. But by the time authorities arrived, it was empty. His car was also gone. Detectives tracked his cell phone to a motel on the outskirts of town. When they arrived, they found Mr. Reeves sitting alone in a room. He looked defeated. All he did was sigh and raise his hands in surrender. The teachers were amazing. They provided a caring, fun environment where every student could learn and grow. But there was one teacher who had always made Lily uncomfortable, Mr. Davis Reeves, their fourth-grade homeroom teacher. He was an older man with receding gray hair and deep wrinkles etched into his face. And though he seemed kind enough, Lily never really liked him. Whenever she got called into his office for misbehaving, he would lock the door and tell her she wasn't allowed to leave until she promised she wouldn't do it again. And somehow, that always made Lily feel worse than just getting a scolding. Turning around, she saw her daughter enter the kitchen, and something was clearly wrong, and said, "Why are you here? Don't you have anything better to do?" Then when she reported him to the principal, Miss Finnegan, he laughed in her face and said, "She's lying. She was cheating on her math quiz." Needless to say, Lily didn't enjoy going to school. She was usually a bubbly, energetic kid, but lately she hadn't wanted to go. Now she sat quietly in the kitchen, staring at her feet. Sarah could see that this was more than just bullying. Something else was going on. What did he do again? She asked, trying to keep her voice gentle. But Lily only shook her head and started crying. Terrified, Sarah didn't wait. She immediately dialed 911. Within 15 minutes, officers arrived at the house. At first, Sarah couldn't put her finger on it. Maybe it was the way Lily held herself, or the dark circles under her bright blue eyes. But then she realized why. Her daughter looked pale, her eyes wide, her lips trembling. Sarah immediately dropped her spatula and went over to Lily. Kneeling down beside her, she wrapped her arms around her little girl and asked what was wrong. At first, Lily didn't answer. She simply looked down at the floor, biting her trembling lip. But recently, things had escalated. One day, while reading a book in the library, Mr. Reeves approached her. Lily wouldn't say much, but she pointed toward her backpack. As the investigation progressed, detectives checked surveillance cameras inside the school, but they soon realized something shocking. That same week, he was arrested and charged with misconduct involving a minor. But as detectives dug deeper, they uncovered more disturbing details. In an interview with Detective James Patterson, Lily's mother, Sarah, spoke about the ordeal. Now, whenever Lily walks down the hallways, she does so with confidence.